And this episode is brought to you by Draggin Bags, the greatest bag makers in all the world. Give some love to our boy KP. That's Kyle Petering. His new signature series has been launched. Go buy it. Support the playa. Love his game. Help him out. And if you want to just grab a second set when you're out there, why not just drop code BIGASP12 at checkout? It'll save you 12% off those sweet, sweet bags. And just make yourself a better thrower. Stop doing yourself a disservice. Head over to dragginbags.com today and get you some heat.
Can you confirm a rumor that you've been working on a sweet ass design behind the scenes?
Yes, I have.
Are you sold on the color scheme?
Sean, you keep bringing down the color scheme. I can change it at the drop of a hat.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I just would like to see
don't
other
test my ability to Photoshop.
All right, well, don't limit what I get to see then. Just let me see.
Well, Sean, I do it on limited time, but you made it a simple request. Okay. The hard part was putting it together. Okay.
Which regardless, Draggin Bags is really
achieved.
Good, right? We can
Draggin Bags is
the one thing we can't agree on.
See, you made me rant. Just go to dragginbags.com. Soon you'll see what we're talking about. All right, drop code BIGASP12 at checkout.
Welcome to the Big Ass Cornhole Show with Sean and Dane, the host, talking cornhole life and random fun. Grab a beer, let's get it done. From tossing bags to let's wild ride, tune in and join the party, don't you hide. It's the Big Ass Cornhole podcast time with Sean and Dane. It's always prime.
All right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole podcast. Sean and Dane are with you as always. What's going on, man? Ooh, was that sleigh bells?
Those aren't sleigh bells, man. That's some ice jangling.
Oh,
Jingle
shit.
jangle, baby.
And if you're quiet just for a second, you might hear the sweet giggle of what sounds like a little girl. It's actually bartender Robbie back. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
And the manly husky voice you might hear chiming in is this girlfriend Carla. What's up, Carla?
Hi.
I really want to do it. What's up?
Hey.
Sorry.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we could change all the mics if we want
fun.
Real quick. We could do
What are you gonna do?
megaphone. You guys can't hear it, but we sound sweet right now.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have to play with this right now.
Moving
Thank
on.
you. Yeah, moving on. So, all right. This is gonna be kind of a crazy episode. It's gonna be fun. So buckle up. Before we get into anything else, Dane, do what you do best every single week. Let the folks know what we're sipping on tonight. Our favorite segment called "What You Drinking."
What you drinking?
Well, I got to just turn this over to Waboito.
Yep.
So, Robin, can you tell the folks at home what we're sipping on tonight?
Absolutely, guys. So tonight we are going to be drinking a Boulevardier.
Boulevardier.
So,
Couldn't remember the name of it.
The way you spell it, it's
hold
just
the
word
mic
boulevard.
just a little closer. There you go.
It's just the word boulevard, and you just put an IER at the end. It's French.
Whoa.
So everybody, I'm sure, has heard of a Negroni. So a Negroni is just a.
What'd you call me?
No. So a Boulevardier is just a Negroni, but you do bourbon instead of gin.
Okay.
So you're doing bourbon. What we're drinking tonight is rye because it's a little spicier. Campari, which is a red Italian aperitif, bitter, and then sweet vermouth. And it's equal parts. A lot of people like to go a little bit heavier on the bourbon sometimes. I kind of keep it a little classic and just do 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce. Then you do a little peel orange and some orange bitters, and then serve it over ice. Give it a quick stir. If you got a spoon, great. If not, finger always works. Mm-hmm. And then you kind of go. So it was invented in the 1920s in Paris by an American expat, and then it just kind of rolls. And it's honestly a really great winter drink.
Expat. What did he change his name to?
Honestly, I can't remember his name, but even for an American, it's a very European name.
We'll call him Hans.
Like Hans, if only. He's French, not German. Well, actually, he's American, but regardless,
America.
So yeah, it's. I'm not a big bourbon drinker. My palate definitely leans a little bit more bitter, for sure. So I do like this kind of stuff, but I'm a big rye guy. So
I heard that about you.
Yeah, exactly. So spicy,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it's a great sipper too. You can slam them if you want, but don't do that.
See, honestly, I call this a big boy drink. This is something that you grow into, And you
Yes.
enjoy sipping. It's
Yes.
not like I would never slam this drink.
I will
That's
say-
just bad news bears.
I'm enjoying it more the longer it sits here.
You like it a little watered
Just
down.
just
let
a little
that
bit.
ice
I mean, it
melt
just takes a
in.
little bit of the bitterness away, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be alarming because it's going down very fast now.
Yeah,
And,
your cubes are not really watering it down that much. There's pretty much full there.
I mean, I just like it. I was surprised. I was a little like apprehensive at first. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it because everything else you've made so far, I'm like, can we just make me a pitcher, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, wake me up tomorrow, and we'll be good. This I was a little, but this is really good.
We tried a little bit of a refined approach.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's really good.
Whenever, rarely do I have somebody under the age of 35 order this at the bar.
Look at us churching it up on the show.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're even drinking out of the fine china.
I mean, wow,
Gold rim and everything, folks.
gold
Look at
rim
that.
and everything.
Hot damn.
Wow.
Well, thanks for the treat.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You're very welcome.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, folks. We have, again, it's kind of a weird episode. There's really not a whole lot going on in like the cornhole scene. It's going to be, besides like competitions, there's always, like, obviously it's the cornhole community. There's going to be a bunch of drama stuff. So it's going to be mostly dramatic readings. We're going to then be joined by ACL Pro Steve Schroeder. He's super interesting guy. I've gotten to talk to him just here and there at a few tournaments. But I always thought he was super interesting. And the more I've heard about him, the more I'm intrigued. So I can't wait to find out more about him. And then we're going to just do a whole bunch of like, would you rather stuff.
Heck yeah.
Like, you know, just like
Always
good
my
old fashioned.
favorite.
Listen, it's the holiday season, and no one even commented on my sweatshirt, by the way. So I'm like a little disappointed right now, but we'll forget about it.
You're talking about
I'll
us?
tell you when I saw
It's all good. It's all good.
liked it.
It's all good. It's all
What
good.
is that? Oh, is that Santa?
It was.
Oh,
but
Christmas is up
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
Man,
I was trying to get in the festive spirit, but you know,
I'm not there yet.
I guess not.
All
Are you
right.
still like hung up on Thanksgiving now? Or?
Yes, I
Still
am.
holding out
It's
that?
just, yeah. Why can't Thanksgiving be a season up until Christmas? And then Christmas can have the whole week up until New Year's. All right? Give Thanksgiving more cred.
All right. That's
More
I don't know.
turkey, less
I
presents.
don't think I'm going to die on that.
That's all
hill.
I'm saying.
Hot take right there.
It is.
Yep.
It's a terrible take, but don't call it hot. Just because it's like it's bold doesn't mean it's a hot take. No, it's
That's
not a
true.
hot
That's
take. It's
actually
I
just
know
ice
I'm
cold.
hot.
It's hot garbage.
Hot.
Hot garbage. All right.
Sizzling.
But before we get into all that, we're going to let you know what's going on in our cornhole lives in a segment we call In and Around the Hole.
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Okay, so guess what?
Sean, did you play cornhole this week?
No.
Ah,
So, but
but we're going to.
so I think it's well documented on the show that my daughter was involved in cheerleading, right? So she cheered. She's 7. She did football season. And like it wasn't the most fun, but at least her games were always in the morning and we were done by like 10. I can suck it up, right? Missed a few tea times here and there. I'll live. I guess she
Barely.
decided to do basketball this year too. So now all my Saturday afternoons are just gone. Like just like that. Real fun. So that was fun. Going there Saturday afternoon, getting to watch a bunch of kids.
What's more fun to watch, though, the football or
It's
the basketball?
K through second grade.
Yeah.
So I think the final score was 8-3. I want to say the final score was.
So football is more
Yeah.
exciting.
Oh man, it was pretty brutal, but that's fun. So, yeah,
Is dodgeball still a thing?
I don't think so.
Like, do they do that in like gym class?
dude? Like they had like
Yeah, I think the
gender
world's
neutral
too
bathrooms.
Yeah, the world's
Yeah,
too
I
soft for dodgeball.
Yeah,
I
are you
heard that
serious?
they don't even do dodgeball at schools.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
at
it's.
all.
I don't think so.
Do they
frowned
do the
on now.
parachute still?
Well, it depends. Like if you're going to like
Problem is they're doing that in like 8th grade now.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
not
word.
like the kindergarten
Okay.
stuff, you know.
correct,
I
They're
did
like
that in
pushing
high
each
school,
other
so-
around on like scooters. Like,
correct.
yeah, that's man.
Let's see.
Sharp and
Friday night we had we're involved in like my daughter's school. We had this Christmas. Do you guys remember like growing up going to like the Santa secret workshop and like buying all that cheap shit for it was like, you know, at
Yeah, I would
school.
say, like,
do you remember that, Robbie,
number one
when you're
dad.
like Bart's or St. Greg's, like you'd go and shop for your parents like at school and they had all like
Oh,
that
I
cheap
remember
shit out
those.
on tables and stuff. So basically they did that at this event. They, you know, they had Santa there and you know, and then raffle baskets and all this stuff. So again, like I get stuck behind the raffle stuff. Man, let me tell you what, like I think I missed my calling. I should be in sales. Because I found the best tactic when it comes to like getting people to donate money is shame.
For sure. Yeah, 100%.
If they make eye contact
make
with
them
you and they
feel
look at the
good for
basket, I'm like,
having
it's a nice
things.
basket. They're like, yeah. I'm like, no cash. I'm like, there's an ATM right around the corner. Or like if they're walking around with like one of the free cups of hot chocolate. That good hot chocolate, sir? You know, would help. It's like $2 raffle ticket. You know, $2. You had you have a hand
took
free
that,
of
took that
hot chocolate.
free hot chocolate,
it
no
works.
problem.
It works.
Nothing
for
in
the
life
kids.
is free.
It's
Exactly.
for the kids, yeah. So we turned like this Christmas jamboree thing. We ended up raising like $700.
Hell yeah.
Just
Nothing wrong with
power
that.
of shame.
Nothing. Oh, power of
That's
shame.
the Irish Catholic guilt just flowing through our
No,
veins.
100%.
exactly. Yeah. You grow up with it. You just learn how to force it on other people.
Correct. Once upon a time, yes. And then so Sunday morning, big day. All right. I'm sure you guys all remember this. And if you're a parent and you're listening to this, all right, buckle up because you might have a flashback, but it's gonna be
it's like
fine.
trigger warning.
You're gonna get through this, I promise you. Sunday morning, we had picture day at JCPenney for the kids.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nothing wrong
The
with
You
that.
guys
Story.
do like the jeans and black turtlenecks and all
So
that stuff?
they had their Christmas outfits on, right? I clearly had zero saying what the fuck they were wearing. So, but Val goes upstairs to get changed and stuff. She got done curling Nora's hair. Nora's in her dress and stuff. And Logan's finally changed, like not being a shithead for like 2 seconds of his life. So like I gather him in, like I huddle him up. I'm like, come here. Now listen, if we go there and you guys just fucking smile for like 5 minutes, we can be done. And I will take you to the play place. I'll buy you lunch. What is your little heart desires? Let's just get in and get out and smile nice, and we can be done. And everything's happy. Your mom's happy. It means dad's happy. It means you're gonna get some shit. So like let's just make this good. So they were like all in, right?
Yeah.
They go to the pictures. They actually did well. Like they didn't fight it at all. They smiled and stuff. My biggest thing is if I'm paying for photography, right? And were you ever involved in photography or anything? Have you guys like had so like when I go to these pictures, I want to hear like click, 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 click. I don't want to hear like, all right, hold that pose and then like try to capture like this perfect moment. Like it's not, I have a 4 and a 7-year-old. They just don't ever stop moving. You know what I mean? So trying to capture this perfect moment. So 8 of the pictures I had, like Nora's eyes were closed. So I was taking the kids, walking them over to the play place, right? I'm like, you guys killed it. Awesome. Good job. Mission accomplished. Let's go party. Val calls me. She's like, the pictures are terrible. You got to bring the kids back.
No.
Take 2.
So I'm like hyping them up on the way back. Like, I'm like, dude, it's like, just, I know this sucks. You guys tried really hard. Let's just go through it. They tried charging me for another session. And if you ever want to see like Sean go Karen mode, it's like there. Cause like my kids are about to lose their shit. And like the lady's like, she's like, well, we'll have to charge you another session. I'm like, no, cause if you would have done your fucking job right the first time, we wouldn't be back here. And our session never fucking ended. You know what I mean? Like there was no definitive timeline for this end of the thing. And she's like, fine. She's like, oh, okay. But then they try to making us pay for 2 packages. And then like, we basically walked out with all the pictures we wanted because like, I'm like, I will literally fucking lose my shit right
I
now.
will burn Chasey.
Yeah, correct.
Carla, do you have like, what was your strategy? when
Yes.
You were like photographing kids. Like you are like, I've seen her do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
She's like, she really is like a G when it comes to kids and like wrangling for
Crazy because I don't
photography.
like them.
is there a method? Like, am I wrong for thinking that? Is there like an artistic thing of why you only like are taking X amount, or like are they limited in like a corporate world like that, and how many pictures they're allowed to take?
I never did any like corporate
Yeah.
photography stuff. I was always like freelance, like stuff on the side. But
Okay.
with kids, and especially with how I did it, like I would always go to like a park.
Okay.
And then just let them be. And I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
the parents, like, these are going to be candid pictures. Like, I'm going to just follow them around. I'm going to play with them. I'm going to, because then once you like get all their energy out, then
Yeah.
they're tired. And then we can do and sit for a second. Oh, hey, mom and dad, come sit down while little Tony's at the tree and we can.
Damn it.
get a
I'm sure
group
little
picture.
Tony was just dick at the
Oh,
start of it.
definitely. 100%. But no, with
Little
kids, like,
Tony.
kids and pets, those are really hard because, like, you can't fully control.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I get to look forward to that coming up soon. So having a family photo shoot with the wife and dog.
Yeah.
Kip's not good at taking photos.
I just
I'm great at like getting that one shot and being good.
I don't mind the photos. Like I was fine going. Like I think it's important to have like these memories to look back on. Like I'm fine with doing that. Makes my wife happy. Like I do think it's important, like in the whole grand scheme of things. But when it's always a fucking disaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're just I'm on edge and I'm waking up in the morning mad, not at the pictures, but just waiting for the ball to drop for something to go wrong.
Yeah, honestly,
Because
like
those never go smooth. Like you never get like perfect pictures the first time and everybody's happy and skipping out of there. No, my kids are fucking screaming because he wants ice cream that costs $16 at the Child's Play place. You want to know the biggest fucking scam in the country right now? It's those giant children's play places.
Sean,
it's
guess who they're
$26
getting
for
in
each
there,
of my
though.
kids to go in there. They lasted 30 minutes. And
yeah,
like,
but
this
they're
is
getting
dumb.
you in there and your children. So
Yeah.
stop feeding the horse.
God
all right,
damn.
all right. You're literally feeding the machine.
I checked it. I'm like going in and they're like, it'll be like $60. And I'm like, I only have 2. I'm like, I don't know if you thought the family behind me was with me. They're like,
Yeah.
that is for just 2. I'm like, for 2. They're like, oh, but it's for all day. So like you can leave and come back. I'm like, oh,
Like,
because
can I
that's
leave my kids
exactly
here
what
and
I
go?
want to do. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
seems
what
For
I
that
wanna
kind
do.
of money,
Let's
that
do
should
that.
be
My
babysitting
God.
money.
It's just God. I fucking hate those places so much. And I'm sit there stuck at a table, and I'm just watching my kid. And then they'll come down and they'll complain about something. I'm like, all right, go play, or we're fucking leaving. But I don't want to leave because like I just paid $60, but I also don't want to just be stuck there. The Wi-Fi service, non-existent. It's 2024. What the fuck are we doing? You're gonna make me sit there. It's like I seriously felt like a divorced dad before Val got over there. I'm like, oh, this is what life would be like. I look around. I'm like, oh, there's 3 or 4 of them over there.
Just hanging out in a corner all by themselves.
They should cater to the parents at least some part. Like maybe put
Yes.
like a low ABV bar and like, hey, we don't serve beers over 4, and there's like a 5 beer.
Not even a
limit.
bar, but like a lounge
5
for me to like sit down and
No
chill.
limit.
Like or something,
Yeah.
not just like these
Wi-Fi,
hard
yeah.
plastic chairs. And I'm like, God. And like my kids are like, you want to climb? And meanwhile, like all the dads that still look like they do American Ninja Warrior are up there like running up there. And Nora's like, you should come down the slide with me. I'm like, I'll throw out my back. So I'm trying to sit here and look up my fantasy stuff. I don't need to be like climbing up the slide. So like, we're good. Like, I like just give daggers to those dads. I'm like, you motherfucker, you could all just be sitting here chilling.
I gave up the
You're trying to
ball
do
pit
too
years
much.
ago.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So those
No.
things are disgusting. The amount of pink eye that's
Oh,
probably
so
in those
gross.
ball pits is so
Dude,
gross.
I get so grossed out when my kids go to the trampoline park and they're those big like foam pits.
Oh yeah.
They're not washing that stuff.
Yeah.
No.
You don't know what's
Do you know how
in
many
there, too.
How
sweaty,
you would wash
dirty kids have just been jumping into that stuff? Like Val's like, "Oh, you should go in with her." I'm like, "Are you crazy?"
Hundreds
like,
of poopy
no.
diapers.
Dude, I mean, I
Oh.
tried to.
diapers, probably just poopy
Yeah.
pants in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Just think of how dirty kids' hands are.
they're covered in boogers. That is so
Their butt
disgusting.
itches. They shove their finger up their butt. Get a little poop on their fingernails.
Yeah. And they're like, you smell that? Like, what am I smelling right now? Man.
I mean,
toe or
I'm not trying to judge anything. What else was I complaining about? I'm just trying to think.
I mean,
That's
we're
why I
done
write all
with
this
your
stuff up.
complaints, all right? That's,
Oh,
that's
I wanted
too
to.
much.
Can I give a shout out to somebody?
Is it a complaint?
No, it's a shout
About
out.
to
Okay,
say
all right, you
traumatic
give a shout
readings
out.
comes later.
Shout out. I want to give a shout out to Just Board It. It's the podcast. All right,
Okay.
they're covering like ACL stuff like over in the UK. Just caught like an episode of them. So I know
Okay.
they've reached out to us before saying they listen to the show. So I just want to give them a shout out. And if you're looking for more like content, but like you want to find out what's going on like in the other half of the world, go check it out. So Just Board It.
Graham and Josh?
Yeah.
right.
Graham and Josh.
Look
Sure.
at that.
Look
I
at
know
that.
things.
You
'Cause
do
it's
know
written
some
down.
things. I know.
'Cause it's
I do my
written
homework,
down.
man.
Look
Do
at
my
those
homework.
two sharing cookies over there.
Look, I know. It's all on camera too. So they're like,
Your
oh,
wife
we're
is
not we're
lovely.
safe over here.
I appreciate her giving
Yeah.
me cookies.
Listen, that was some hard work we put in
Oh,
yesterday.
You know, I failed to mention too. If you want a burger, you can have the burger that she brought home
oh my God, no.
because we
I'm gonna-
both have work
She's like,
lunches
"Don't-
tomorrow, so we're not going to eat it.
No,
It's
I'm
from
gonna
Hyde
get McDonald's
Park.
after. It's okay.
It's from Hyde Park.
I'm classy. I get McDonald's. I'm all right.
I mean,
I appreciate it.
classy. You should be screaming for Hyde Park. $20 glass of wine. Blew me away. Kim Crawford, $20 for a 6-ounce pour there.
A little
That's
bit
ridiculous.
too much for Kim Crawford,
Bonkers.
but
Yes.
whatever.
Anyway, see, that's my one complaint. All right. The wine was too expensive at a restaurant.
Carla, do you have any complaints?
Sean, do you
from
remember
this
what
week?
restaurants were like?
I don't. Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins. I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty
the
sad.
family restaurant.
God bless him, man. Yeah.
All right. What's up next?
You want to jump into the dramatic readings?
I mean,
Can I
yeah.
ask a random question before Steve comes on? Because like I don't know him at all, and I feel like this is the one I really want to get like our takes on.
Yeah, for sure.
If we have to do dramatic readings with Steve's on, we'll do it with Steve's on.
Okay.
All right. So here's the would you rather, or it's not even really a would you rather. You get $1 billion. I'll give you $1 billion. Right. You get gifted $1 billion tomorrow. But
Is it tax free?
yes, 100. Yeah. No taxes involved. No one knows about untraceable.
Let's go.
You get the whole $1 billion. But every time you poop, it's filled to the brim of whatever you're pooping.
What? So by poop?
Like
So just
filled,
whenever I
like
open?
filled to the brim.
So you're just sitting there for like, I mean, I would assume like an hour or so. Like, just
It just falls
is it
out.
so? Is like you thinking it's just a constant coil? Because like I'm a healthy pooper, so like,
I think I think
what am I
there's
doing? Like the Dairy Queen swirl all the way up? Or
okay. So
like-
if that's the case, you're always thinking toilet.
yeah,
Would you still do it for $1 billion
If
every
I get
time
a
you
bigger
poop?
toilet, will my poop then like grow to the side
Yes.
of that toilet?
Correct.
So like, God forbid, I have to poop in the bathtub.
Correct.
I mean bathtub. I'm thinking like porta potty.
Well, what happens
Those things
if
are like
you-
bottomless pits,
right?
dude.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
That's what
so,
I mean,
okay,
'cause I'd
would-
have the
is
money
$1
to
billion
build a trench.
worth it?
Yeah, 100%. Because I build No, because then if you build a trench and it leads right into the trench, you're going to fill up the trench every time.
Just buy a really small toilet.
That's what I was thinking. What if you just
Or-
bought like a kitty potty
Some
and just
sort
bring it
of
with
like
you everywhere?
some
You're a
sort of
billionaire.
like
Who gives a
small
shit?
container.
That's true.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Tupperware.
Because if all you poop and it only fills it up to the brim, then
Just a
then,
pill, like
Yeah,
a
but then what do you-
medication bottle?
yeah, right.
just
But then you
pop
gotta
it
go
right
to
over the
work.
old sphincter. Just
But then
There
you
we
got to
go.
go to work and you're carrying
bottle
your
it up and throw it away.
you're carrying your shit around with you all day.
Correct, and that would be a waste issue.
You're a
But-
billionaire, all right? You could pay somebody
you-
to pick your shit.
Yeah, if you're a
all the time.
billionaire, if you're a billionaire, you're not.
Be like, here's my little poo.
That
throw,
raises another
throw
question.
this
What
away.
happens if I just go in the backyard and take a shit?
What happens if you pooped in the ocean?
You're
Are we
you're
all
filling the
fucked?
ocean.
God.
Are we all
Yeah.
fucked? Like it's just
So
like
you can never
done?
go-
Like
yeah.
like
Waterworld becomes a whole different
My
thing.
kids, will my kids inherit this affliction? If so, like they can't go outside.
So is it like still in play? Are you still thinking like you
I'd
take the $1
rather
billion?
poop normal. I'm cool.
You're cool with what with life?
You know what?
Yeah.
I would fall on that sword for us.
That's fair.
It doesn't shock me at
so
all.
you don't have. So like I'll take.
Yeah,
I'll take
two
the
people
poop
don't
burden.
need $1 billion.
What happens if you sneeze and you shit your pants? Does it
You're
just keep going?
You'll fill up your pants.
Filling
You
up
fill up your
whatever.
pants.
Oh, I'll shit
yeah.
my pants all the time though.
That's true. Actually, that's
I wear
really.
tight jeans. We're
You're
good, dude.
You're a billionaire again.
Yeah.
Pay some guy to walk behind you with like new fresh pants and wet wipes. It's just
Yeah, it's like every time someone
a NASCAR pit crew.
I
Yeah.
think you'd need
You know
more
what I
than
mean?
wet
Like you could be
wipes
like
to-
deep pants, clean everything, new pants on, still walking.
It'd be the NASCAR shit crew.
I mean, I was
For
just
sure.
thinking, like, I really like my little pill bottle solution. You just carry
I think you
those
just,
around
like-
with you, and you just
Toss
pop it
them.
right on there, and just
Yeah, but at the
Fill
end of
that
the
up.
day,
That's
it's
your little
like,
poop.
You're a billionaire, so like, do you care if you smell like shit?
that's
Also,
what I'm
like-
saying. Like, you have $1
also,
billion.
like, how many
I'm
times do you
buy an
poop a
island.
day?
and-
Like I know you poop. You're supposed to poop like what?
If you were a billionaire, you wouldn't care what you smell like.
I mean,
most of them don't. I mean, you
would,
look at
but
us.
I would
Getting deep
care
now.
less, and I would just make
But,
sure like
yeah.
I,
I
poop
would care
before
what
we
you
go
smelled
to,
like.
Well, yeah, yeah.
He cleaned it up just for you. though.
Obviously,
I would hope so.
I'd get like the I would get like the highest. We'd get like a jet powered installed toilet installed in the house. Mercy flush all day, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, you could pay engineers to solve your problem for you.
How?
Again,
Only
like
poop
coming
at
up with
home, though?
some kind of like the
Shape.
pill bottle thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a
that's a good
small
point.
shape
Yeah.
that you fill up, and then they'll just shoot it out into
And
outer
can it be
space.
like, yeah, it's like, what if it like it could change the shape every time? So you're like, oh, this feels big.
This
You know what I
feels
mean?
like
Like I feel I need to get this
Yeah.
out of me, but like this one, like, oh, I just need to get a little something out of me. It's like, oh, the little pill bottle should be enough for this time.
But I'm thinking, but you said like whatever you're sitting on at that time, or whatever you choose.
I feel like the
to fill.
Jetsons probably had something like this on that TV show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if it was like going that route,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I while we're on this caca and pee pee talk,
All right, let's do
I
it.
opened Robbie's World to the Texas catheter.
insanity.
So have you ever
you heard
worn
about
one
this?
at a sporting event?
I've never worn one at a sporting event, but I know what a Texas catheter is.
So a Texas catheter
what-
is basically like
condom
it's like a
that
condom
you pee into.
that you pee into, and it's
So
like,
it's,
you know,
an
has a bag.
external catheter.
Yeah,
Ew.
So
it's
instead of
like a
having to
hose
shove
that-
it up your pee hole, they just roll it on.
They-
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like it's a hose that like leads down to like a little.
Yeah,
bag.
you
I think
get
you
a-
want
Is
to
that
talk
for,
about
like,
one of the worst
athletes?
experiences for like no, they'd use them in hospitals, like for
Yeah.
a nurse.
Yeah.
Like when you got like
That
the old
makes
man and like
Right.
yeah. You
But
gotta keep
again,
putting it on because it keeps rolling.
I'm not
off.
talking about the weird part of it. We're not in hospitals. I'm saying
I
for
know.
a sporting event, rock the Texas catheter. If you are at a venue that you know the bathrooms are crazy
That's
crazy
true.
long.
Well, when did you use one?
I've used it for a Browns game and for the Guardians playoff game that I went to this
Oh,
year.
nice.
You've used them?
Yeah. I was literally sitting there in the 5th inning. Everyone was standing up around me, and I was just peeing.
How great of a
So
feeling is
weird.
that?
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
Right?
It was so awesome.
Right.
And then the best part is I had to empty the bag. So just walk in the bathroom, cut everyone in line. There's probably a line 80 people deep. And just go to the sink and empty my piss out. Just carry on. The dude next to me is just like, the fuck was that? I'm like, that was my piss. He's like, why was it in a bag? I'm like, Texas catheter, and just winked and walked out.
Stop it.
Think I'm so happy I didn't know about that stuff like when I was in college.
Oh, dude.
You know what I mean?
But now
Like,
that I'm an
we
older
would've
man,
used
if I
it.
know that I'm going to be
Oh.
consuming a lot of light beers, I need to use the bathroom every like half hour.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh,
like,
it's so annoying.
Texas catheter. Let's just do it. I'll walk with a 5-pound bag strapped to my leg to the bathroom and empty that every 3 hours as opposed to running to the bathroom.
I have a very
million
strong
times.
first seal. As soon as it breaks,
Dude, I'm the same way. Yeah.
fucked. I'm fucked. Like every 20 minutes.
And the
I'm gonna
worst
be-
is like when you have that beer, but you forgot to pee before you started drinking.
Yeah.
And you break that seal early on. You're like, God damn it.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I have the bladder
Male
size
problems,
of a
Carla.
thimble when I start drinking, so I'm up every 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah, I could just. It's so annoying. It really is. All right, do we want to try to get one of these dramatic readings done?
Might as well.
All right, let's do a dramatic reading. Why
Let's
not?
do one. Sean, you gotta read it because these are still not sending appropriately.
They're not.
They're not.
Ooh.
You can try sending them again.
I did.
You could pass your phone.
Here, let's try this again.
I can read.
Boom.
Bing, 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 bing. Accept.
Should be all of them.
I'm just gonna save it to the downloads this time.
Let's try that.
Maybe that'll help. Ugh.
All right. Sent.
There we go. They're downloading. Why don't you start one off?
All right. Let's do it.
You guys can't hear it, but it's a dramatic piano playing.
This is the a popular dude on the show here, Chris Luke. How much do ACL pros make on a yearly salary average? And I need to see if bad companies do pay the last check, unlike certain bad companies out there.
Those,
So,
show me the money.
somebody posted a comment on there, like it was very clearly he typed that question into Chat GPT and like he just copy and pasted it, but then like didn't quote any, like just like tried to be like you did not type that out, okay? Because first of all, like there is your and your used like correctly 3 times, and that would never happen in the cornhole community ever.
Well, maybe he has
Like,
the
if somebody
new
was actually
like
typing that shit
AI correction. You know,
out. What's that?
don't they have like an AI corrector now that you
I
can
don't
have
know.
on Facebook?
But somebody said like the average salary was like 20 or 30,000. Like that is there's no way. There's no way. Because like even the
for
highest
pros,
of highs are like is probably 100, but that would be like the length, like that would be
Yeah.
their total contract. That's not like per year.
And then there's also some guys that are just at 0.
Like I would love to know like how much somebody's made the most amount of money in one year.
I mean, off prize money alone, or are you talking
Yes,
like
no, I'm saying all
sponsorship
in
and prize
sponsorship
money?
all in.
Okay.
I'm saying probably just over 100,000,
Yeah,
if I had to guess.
I would say so.
and that's like the best.
Do most pros have just like full-time jobs and
Yes.
then they just
Yeah.
throw on the weekends?
There's like a probably 20 to 30 of them, like young dudes, like in their like early 20s that are all like professionals. All they do is travel around and play in these tournaments and win money and just keep going. And they have sponsorship money they live off of. But the vast majority of people still work full time. They're cutting it down to 100 pros next year. And I think one of the big hopes is that eventually the league will be able to like help pay them a salary for being like professional athletes of that league. So at least until this teams concept comes along and other people can pay them, I think that's just one of the things they just have to do. So, but their goal is like they would like to see them only do this full time. How feasible is it? I don't think it's very feasible anymore. I think that we've kind of like plateaued, if anything.
Mhm.
I just don't see us like don't see like us getting any bigger than what we already were. Like as a game.
Are we going to see like city franchise teams?
I mean, they're trying. They have it right now. But okay, so you guys are like the perfect example. Did you know that there's teams for cornhole?
I have no.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
All right. Have you ever seen it on ESPN?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've seen it before.
Yeah, but I always thought it's just like I just see dudes wearing jerseys, but like I thought that it was just like it's 2 guys showed up to a tournament and be like, all right, man, we're gonna see how far we can take it. I didn't realize there's like the Oklahoma oat baggers or whatever.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's decent.
You know,
Yeah.
do they grow
Write that
oats?
one
in
down.
We have the
think so.
I thought you
Kentucky.
said oak baggers.
Same thing.
We
Yeah,
have,
that-
we have
that
the
would even
Kentucky
be oak
Kernels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kentucky
Oh, I like
Kernels,
that.
Missouri
we
Maize,
can do
Ohio-
the Cleveland Asps.
We're
and
the
just have, like,
Ohio
a
Aviators.
Ohio Aviators.
Okay.
They already have
I know.
one,
We weren't
Robin.
thrilled
Duh.
either. Trust
How'd
me,
you
we
not
weren't
know
thrilled
that?
either.
Yeah,
Like,
the Aviators.
yeah,
Oh, that's cool, I guess.
The birthplace of aviation. We get it.
Yeah, they were
Like
born
that.
here. They didn't fly them
Yeah,
here, folks,
exactly.
okay? Like, they didn't launch the planes here, okay?
God. I know you could have had like I don't know, something with something with medicine.
It's called
You could have done
Something with
anything.
medicine.
It's called the Cleveland Burning Rivers.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Cleveland Big Asps. That would have been kind of sweet.
Yeah.
The Big Ass Clevelanders.
Ooh,
There
I like
you go.
that'd be kind
There
of
you go.
appropriate.
See?
Yeah,
You guys
sure.
should just start your own league.
No,
Yeah. Who's got time for that?
That's
Jesus.
true.
no. I will just talk. And
You heard we have a
I will
whole
just talk shit
segment
about
called
those that make
dramatic
mistakes.
readings. Why would we want to start a league?
You think I'm stupid?
Yeah, we're the ones that get to make fun of the leagues. That's way more fun.
Yeah. So before we hop over for the interview with Steve, I do want to thank everyone that and welcome all the new Patreon members.
Hell yeah.
I have more. So the request for ornaments was way more than I ever possibly could have ever imagined. Like I never thought it was going to go over that well. So they're ordered. They're on their way. Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that you're going to get them before Christmas. I apologize, but you will get them. So all new Patreon members from whenever that one episode was until Christmas get this ornament. So we have more on the way. So, but thank you for everyone. I hope you guys that have gotten them so far enjoyed them. If you're looking to support the show in any way, if you go to patreon.com/bigasscornhole, for the price of a beer a month, you can get some bonus contents like the video versions of all of our episodes. We're posting up an interview with Jackson Gore later this week as a bonus episode on Patreon. The audio version will be later, available at a later date, but at least if you want to see the video versions, they're all up there. We post polls. Best of the Bags is coming up, a big tournament that we do every year. So you have a lot of insight on that stuff. So we greatly appreciate your support. Cheers to all the new members. Really appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. And again, what's better than a late Christmas gift?
Yeah,
it's like Christmas starts all over again for you. So
if you
don't
have a
take
buddy
your
that's
tree
a Cornhole
down
fan,
until you get your ornament.
And,
all right?
and if you're a new member, I think the next I think the next happy hour call is going to be pretty massive. So it's going to be probably that weekend of before Christmas, probably
Before
Sunday.
Christmas?
Before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
On Sunday. I think we do
Sunday before Christmas.
and then we'll just record our part afterwards.
Okay.
All right, it'll be way better that way.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
We'll
So
have
we
much-
will
you
have,
sound
we're
like
going to have
Gru.
it at the end of this week. I think probably Fridays. If you're listening to this, it's a Wednesday. On Friday, we're going to drop the Jackson Gore audio version. If you're on Patreon, you're already going to listen to it because you're cool. And then next week, we're just going to have an episode that's going to drop on Christmas Day. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy it.
Maybe earlier.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So, hope you guys enjoy the interview. We're going to be joined by Steve Schroeder, I think it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Robbie and Carla are going to stick around for the interview. Thanks for joining, guys, for the first part at least.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
This interview is going to be fun. It's going to be way better with more people here.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Carla,
That's
we need
good.
you to step it up.
Sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Just
It's my
messing with
first
you.
time on a podcast.
You're
I don't know.
fine.
We're just
Good
gonna-
Lord.
All right, hang on just a minute and we'll bring on Steve. This episode's going to be ridiculous.
It already is
I mean,
ridiculous. Come
we
on.
can't even click record without Robbie just chiming in and just add stuff just
Yep.
little times. All right. So, all right, welcome back to the Big Ass Cornhole Podcast. We are now joined by ACL Pro, Mr. Steve Schroeder. What's going on, man?
How you doing? I'm doing good. I went on a little road trip with a truck. I help a guy around here with some maple syrup. I've been doing it for over 30 years, where I started tapping trees, and hauling with pails and everything. Well, now I don't do a lot of the manual labor anymore. I just drive their truck every once in a while. So
Well,
I
good for
actually got
you.
to go on a 10-hour drive dropping off maple syrup today. Yeah, it was fun.
Is that like a super labor
Good day
intensive,
for a drive
like
around
tapping
here.
a tree?
Years ago it was, yeah. Years
Okay.
ago, like we were talking earlier, we used to have a lot of snow up here too. We used to have to traipse through 3 feet of snow just to tap the trees, And nowadays everything is on a pipeline, so you really don't even have to get out in the woods too much. So
All right. So
Yeah,
I think
don't go
that
after the trees.
I think that gives them enough of a sample size now of the
Yeah.
accent. So Robbie and Carla, I want you guys, you have no idea where Steve's from. All right. Where do you think he's from?
Canada.
Robbie?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. No, I'm gonna say Canada. Also, I'm gonna specify a little bit. Maybe like the Toronto area.
Okay, so they think you have a Canadian. They think you're a Canuck. He's not. He's a thoroughbred
That-
American.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people guess that actually.
Yeah, I can say you do have a little. I can see it. I for sure.
I
I,
heard the O,
No.
and I'm like, oh, Toronto.
so close though.
So then
Montana.
Montana, because the trees. So like maybe Michigan. They do. Y'all do maple syrup in Michigan?
It's Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Northeastern
I didn't know where he was
Wisconsin. I live
from either.
about,
You didn't know
so
almost
Oh, I
an
didn't
hour
know.
north
I was
of
gonna
Green
guess
Bay.
Minnesota or Wisconsin, but
Okay.
Well,
Well,
as
Packers
soon
have
as
a-
honestly
We're
the
actually not too far from Canada.
Yeah. Oh,
sponsorship
yeah,
gave
exactly,
it away
yeah.
for me.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very. Yeah. Well, that's
Had to be
great.
Midwestern company, like somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
How is the cheese in Wisconsin?
It's the best response ever. Do you does it
Who's
live up
from-
to its standard? Like, seriously? Oh,
I think he
It's all right.
froze a
I
little
missed it.
bit.
it's okay. We're having some internet issues tonight, folks. All right, it's getting close to Christmas. Even the internet wants a break. So, all right. So, Steve, how long have you been an ACL pro now? Is this your third season? I don't know, Steve.
This is, I believe, my fourth season. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had a different partner every year. So
Why is that?
one guy didn't want to play anymore. The stress got to him. One time I switched to try and better myself. I thought it would be better for me. And because the kid was from Wisconsin, he was a younger kid, and it ended up not working out, where he got pretty stressed out and couldn't take all the pressure and everything. So he decided to drop out and ended up with a different partner that year also. But this year, I had my feelers out for a while. Everybody else was partnering up. I'm not one of these guys that really, I guess I don't pursue it as heavily as I should to try and get a super, super good partner. I just enjoy playing the game, and I'm a firm believer that if I belong in the pro ranks, I'll continue to requalify in singles. So the doubles is let's see how we're going to do this year. I've always had good partners. We just haven't seemed to click good enough to actually get into the top, let's say 20 or 25 yet. But I think with me and my partner is Dan Glagowski this year, and we're starting to click a little bit. So I think we're going to have a good year.
What bags are you throwing?
Well, and that's a strange situation too, because he's sponsored by, or I'm sponsored by Sub-Zero, and he's sponsored by Swag Bags.
Okay.
So both of the bag guys decided that it would be okay for us to throw whatever we wanted.
Okay.
So we're going to alternate. One tournament we're going to play Swag Bags. The next tournament we're going to play Sub-Zero bags, and we're just going to do it like that to give.
Okay. I mean, that seems like a fair way
absolutely.
to go about it. I get that.
Which Sub-Zero bag are you throwing?
Yeah. I like the Wintertide.
Yeah.
It's been really good to me, and the Glacier, the new Glacier that he made this year is a little bit fuller bag, and it stays fuller even as it breaks down.
Yeah.
So I think I'm really going to like that one. It cuts pretty nice also. So
you came on my radar. I want to say this was 3 years ago when we were at there was an open in Kansas City, Missouri. And I remember you were throwing, I can't remember if you were throwing at the court next to me or if I was just kind of standing watching a game that you were throwing in, but you were throwing against Jordan Power. And at the time, Power was doing very well.
Yeah,
he was one of the names
coming.
to kind of watch out for, and you kicked the shit out of him. And I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then somebody's like, oh, he's a pro, an ACL pro. So I made your name known in my head at that time. You need to write this this guy's name down. I think he's somebody to kind of pay attention to. And you've always been very consistent season after season, and not many pros approach this season as much as well as you do, because most people are like, I have to have a good partner because they're trying to hedge their bet a little bit. But you're so confident that you're like, I know I think my skills should translate into the top 100 or whatever qualify, and I'm going to take just kind of gamble that way. It's admirable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it makes doubles more fun if you're not putting any stress on yourself playing doubles. I mean, I guess at this point, how can you? I mean, like you said, you change a partner every year. I mean, you might as well just bet on yourself.
Right, 100%. I mean, doubles you can only control half of the game anyway, right? So you just try and do as good as you can in doubles and let everything lay where it lands. But as far as singles go, if I requalify, then it's going to be a lot more difficult this year, obviously, because they're going down to 100 pros next year. But if I requalify again in the top 100, that would be awesome. If not, there's always going to be the senior pro tour. So
it's very true. And you're doing well in that.
Pardon me?
I said, and you're doing well in that.
Yeah. Right now, I think I'm not sure if I'm ranked number one or number two or number three in seniors. I might be number three right now, behind Donald Cup and Damon Dennis, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some seniors out there that are just crazy good. They'll put them all in a hole.
So I didn't know this about you, but I think I heard it from a post today. Do you drive the ACL semi?
I do. Yeah.
So how did that come
I
about?
just started doing that.
Have you always been like a truck driver, or?
Well, no, they used to have just box trucks that they hauled all the equipment in, and 3 years ago they went to a semi.
Yeah.
And there was an open tournament in Minnesota.
Okay.
Ramsey, maybe. It was outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul a little bit.
Okay.
And I saw the semi sitting out there. And I walked inside and I said, I didn't know you guys had a semi. I want to drive that thing. And I was talking to Josh Keck, and he said, well, I didn't know you had a CDL license. I said, well, I've been driving trucks for 30 years.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Which I have been off and on.
Okay.
And so I kind of worked my way into talking to the right people in the ACL and got an interview and sat down, and I got the job. And now I just drive all over the country and haul the equipment. So it's a pretty cool gig.
Like there has to be, okay, I guess like a truck driver, right? Like you guys live interesting lives. There has to be like at least one or two stories you can tell us, like that you've been on the road for like doing this stuff.
Right. Well, one of the things I really like about this truck driving job is it's not like the other over the road jobs that I've had, where the other over the road jobs, you're driving basically to the same cities all the time. You're going down the same highways.
Yeah.
And you're gone from Monday to Friday, and you come home and do your laundry on Saturday, and it just gets old and monotonous. This, we're going to different cities all the time, and there's not a lot of fun that actually happens for me.
Is it stressful going to different cities every time?
It gets challenging. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's challenging. Where was the one that I just went to recently in Arkansas, in Little Rock, and they gave us directions. They gave me an exit to get off to get into the venue, and I got to that point on the freeway, and that exit didn't even exist.
Arkansas is like one of those states I'm always kind of surprised they have roads. Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't think I've ever met anyone from Arkansas. It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways,
it was crazy. The exit didn't even exist, so I had to find my way around. And I was driving that big semi with a 53-foot trailer right downtown, where they had trolley car tracks and everything, and people were looking at that truck like they've never seen a semi go through those streets before, which they probably haven't. But I got turned around, and you'll do that in these bigger cities where you get turned around, and hopefully you can get back out, and get to the venue. But sometimes directions aren't the greatest, and the other one was the snowstorm when we left Ohio last year, and I had to come down through
shitty weather, right?
We went down,
yeah,
and we played in Bryan, Texas, and when I came through Nashville, it snowed all the way down to Memphis, and I don't think the last chunk of snow or ice fell off the truck until I was about an hour away from Bryan, Texas, down by Houston. So it was just a horrific, terrible, stressful drive.
No, thank you.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. It's kind of cool, like how everything just fell into place, though.
Hell yeah. Are you one of those cool guys that like brings a dog with you in the truck or anything?
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
It's something to look forward to.
Though. You honk your horn, like if you see like the little kids going by giving you the signal, will you honk your horn?
Every time.
All right. See, all right, then you're good. You're one of the good
Carla.
ones,
All right.
I respect that. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, Carla still does it.
Oh, sure do every time.
It's very true. So I'm interested. So you're in this category of players, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I know you are a senior player, but in terms of cornhole strategy, you're among like the dinosaur aspect, right? Like you're more of a slick bag player, right? Down the middle, you're not rolling and cutting bags all over the place. Do you think that style of play can still hold like a top spot in the league, or do you feel like it's important to start trying to learn, like we'll call them like the younger shots?
Oh, we're gonna find out. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I have tried to develop a roll bag. It threw my aim off way too much, so
Okay.
I just pretty much threw that aside and said, I'm going to see if I can still compete with these kids, just sliding them down the middle, cutting around and throwing an airmail. Uh, I believe if your aim is on, I mean, even when they're cutting and rolling and everything else, they have to hit the right spot on the board
Yeah,
in
that's
order to
true.
do that, you know? So what's the difference if I just want to cut a little bit or slide through something or push through something or go over it or whatever you want to do? I don't think that the roll bag is that critical. It looks cool as hell. Don't get me wrong. It
Does
looks
look kind of cool. Does
Yeah,
look.
but I don't think it's a necessary shot. And
I
like I say,
honestly,
we're
I think
gonna
it'd be
find
kind of
out.
weird seeing you guys throw roll bags.
Yeah.
It's something that's
for
so
sure.
linked with like younger dudes doing it that like I first of all I'd be impressed that you guys have the flexibility to do it because like I will never be able to do it correctly. Like I
Seriously,
no range of motion, like none.
seriously, the flexibility is a huge
Yes.
factor. My body
Yeah.
just doesn't move like that anymore. You know.
No.
I have a question actually for these two sitting over here with us. We're talking about cool shots in cornhole. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up on
It's
this.
not.
What-
It's not an
All right.
oxymoron.
So
Okay.
what is cooler to you guys if you were just randomly watching? A bag that tumbles over a bunch of bags and falls into the hole, or a bag you throw and just dots it right in the hole, doesn't even touch the board?
I respect the dot. Just
I want the
single
tumble.
motion.
Okay. All right. So we're
There you go.
50-50. I am on the side of still watching cornhole. Airmail to me is still the cool shot to see
I think
in
if you
cornhole.
play, I think if you play cornhole, I almost respect it. Like if you play like in the backyard,
Yeah.
you almost respect an airmail because like you're like, oh, that's like really hard just to throw it in like directly.
I
in the hole.
understand the roll bag's cool, but there's so much cooler shots with an airmail. There's so many other things you can do with an airmail as opposed to a roll bag. Like you can and one with the airmail, you can drag with the airmail. You're not really doing that with a roll bag. That's the safe shot.
Oh, it looks cool.
We've
though, man.
it does look cool. But it's not as cool as an airmail
Just saying.
in the game.
It does look
airmail,
cool, and the biggest benefit of a roll bag is that if you do miss it, chances are it's going to stay on the board. You know.
that's what I'm saying. It's the safe shot.
Yeah, it's a safe shot. You're right. Yep.
Would that shot have become as popular as it did, as fast as it did, if it wasn't for like Noah Wooten and Jamie Graham's game on ESPN?
Probably not.
Like I know Tony, like I know other guys were doing it, like Eric Davis and Blake Smith, but like that was the one that like really like kind of like put on the scene. Like I've always wondered that. So you're a popular guy, man. We have a bunch of listener questions, so I was gonna fire a few at you if that's okay.
Got to work in some from Rob.
Sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So one of my favorite ACL pros, Mr. Mike Hoffman, he wants to know, were you a police officer?
I was never a police officer. No,
Okay. You do kind of have that
I
vibe.
did
though.
get chased by a few though.
Oh, fair enough.
Is it the mustache?
I think it is. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like I could see you playing like on like what was that like NYPD Blue? Like I don't know. You look like you could be like a detective on that show or something.
He also kind of sounds like Dick Van Dyke.
He
I'll
does
tell you
a
what,
little
back-
bit. Yes. Yes. 100%.
Back in my younger days, the crowd I hung around with would have laughed really loud, thinking that somebody would even consider me being a police officer. I'll tell you that.
So were you running around with a pretty rough crowd back in the day?
I did back in the day, you know. But as a matter of fact, what is today? The 16th.
Correct.
So today's Monday. So Wednesday on December 18th, I will have been sober for 30 years.
Congratulations.
Wow,
All right.
congratulations.
Huge.
And 30 years ago, though, is what I'm saying. You know, there's a reason I needed to get sober. I would have either been in prison or dead, one of the two by
Okay.
now. Well, a long time ago.
So 10. Let's even.
Yeah, it was
10
pretty crazy.
10
for a
years
while for
ago.
me.
10 years ago, would you have ever thought that you would be playing cornhole professionally?
No,
Right? Isn't that
actually,
crazy?
10 years ago, I don't even know if I had heard of the game 10 years ago.
Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? I know. Like,
It's crazy.
It really is. All right, another question here. I'm gonna throw one out to Robin. This is for you, buddy.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever heard of the drink called Nightmare on Elm Street?
No.
You have not?
That sounds like a drink that, like as a bartender, and I know, like, so Carla also works in restaurants. She runs the restaurant I used to work at. but she's bartended in the past. And so what we'll get a lot of is people who will be like, hey, can you make me this random shot? I'll be like, no, I don't even know what that is. And they say, well, my bar at home makes it.
That's
I'll be
what
like,
literally he followed it up saying, like, it might have just been a drink at a local bar.
that's 100% what it is.
Okay.
Well, my bar in Little Rock, Arkansas makes it. And I'm like, we're in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, I think it's more common now that restaurants and bars have their own like cocktail menu. So
Yeah.
we see a little bit less of that now. But
Yeah.
like,
But like you still get the gummy bears and those
Oh, yeah,
nice
for sure.
starters.
You have to have the frou stuff.
yeah.
You have to.
Espresso martini.
Yeah, yeah, right. They're not even good. Like, can we just
They
throw
are
that out
good.
there?
That's a
They are
lie.
good. Girl,
I don't
get
like
out
it.
of here.
They
I
are
don't
so
like it.
good.
You
I
haven't
can't
had
do
a
it.
good one.
No, I don't like vodka. I can't do it.
Just
It
do with
doesn't taste like
tequila.
vodka. Yeah, tequila is really good.
Well, then I can be
Or
tricked into
bourbon.
it. Oh, well, I
There you
didn't know
go.
that was. Is that still a martini then?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like
Educate
I
me.
think the official interpretation of a martini is that it's just served in a coupe
Oh,
and it's
Okay.
got to have like at least 2 ounces of booze.
oh, okay.
Like that's it.
Oh, didn't know that. Okay.
This is a great segue after this man told
I
us
know,
he's
I
30
know.
years sober.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Steve. But speaking of which, though, the mocktail game is huge now.
It is
There are,
huge.
Like, so there's this company that I got hip to recently. It's called Three Spirit.
Okay.
And they have 3 different like bottles. One's called Livener, one's called Nightcap, and the other one's called like Elevator or something. And they use they have like botanists
Okay.
and alchemists. Like if you on their website, they're like such and such is our lead alchemist. I'm like, that sounds like we're in medieval.
Do they have an
times.
apiarist?
Are you gonna give right exactly like are you gonna give
They
me
better.
do I get gold?
They even take it serious.
But they do. It's like they use like different blends of herbs and spices, and they like make these things. And the nightcap is like 2 ounces of that with soda. It's like super relaxing. It's super nice, and it's a great way to just like, I mean, I know people who are like trying to drink less, or like pregnant women love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
And we have a buddy who's getting sober himself, and he's been doing like CBD.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who comes into where I work, and he'll get those, and he'll be like, it's like.
Sometimes it's just the ritual.
It's the oral fixation.
Yeah.
So Steve,
So
Brandon was
that's-
asking, since you don't drink alcohol, what is your drink of choice when playing, and does that choice change on a day off of relaxing?
It does. I usually drink Gatorade when I'm playing.
Okay.
Either Gatorade or water.
All right, so this is a very
And-
important question. What flavors of Gatorade are your go-to?
Oh, the fruit punch or the blue one. I don't even know what
Okay, yeah,
Frost.
flavor it's called, but
yeah, fair enough.
Glacier Blue.
Oh, Glacier Freeze.
Glacier
yeah,
Freeze.
Glacier
We
Blue.
found it. I
That's
found it.
Ooh, Arctic Freeze is a good one
Hey,
too.
is that the
That's
green one?
I think that's yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
the purple one? I
No,
don't know.
that's a green
Oh,
one.
that's
No.
the green one.
The purple one is
Purple's
called
Purple
Riptide
Drink.
Rush.
Sorry.
Purple
Yeah,
drink.
for
and
sure.
when I'm not playing, I drink a lot of coffee.
Do you? Aaron
Yeah.
Washington wants to know, what's your favorite root beer?
I'm drinking one right now.
Are you really? What are you
I'm
drinking?
drinking one right now.
Oh, mug. Oh, that's a classic. Mugs. So, like, are you strictly a mug guy, or like have you ventured out and tried other root beers?
Oh, I like all root beer actually. I like all root beers. Barks root beer is another good one.
All right. So, give me your top 3.
Barks, mug, and I can't even think of the third one. It's in a glass bottle though.
Jones.
No,
A&W is in a can always.
A&W is a
That's
no-brainer
fine, yeah.
also. I guess that's yeah.
The best root beer I've ever had is from a company. It's
Thinking of
from in
Stewart.
Pennsylvania, I think it is, but it's like Appalachian Brewing Company or something like that, and they make a root beer, and it is
Ellicottville Brewing Company makes a
the
phenomenal
best root beer ever. And Grandpa's Cheese Barn, shout out to Grandpa's Cheese Barn, they also make a killer root beer as
Who
well.
would go to a place called Grandpa's Cheese?
You've
You've never been to
Grandpa's-
Grandpa's Cheese Barn?
Guys, help me.
Exactly.
Come on, I'm trying to make fun of them.
Exactly.
This is the podcast.
You're
Of
not
course I've been to
driving-
Grandpa's Cheese Bar.
Okay, have you ever driven, Carla? Have you ever driven past her and not stopped?
Yeah, because
so yeah, you can't.
to and from college, I drove by it all
well,
the
yeah,
time.
that,
so
okay. Well, I get that.
Nobody's got when you're in college. You ain't got no money for a cheese
No.
bar.
Cheese
not
bar.
for that expensive cheese.
I
but
used
I
to-
went to every time.
Steve, Eric wants to know, tell us about the seniors. With so many high quality seniors, who have you had your toughest matches with, and who do you think, like, who do you enjoy playing against the most?
Toughest matches probably has to be Damon Dennis.
Okay. Yeah.
He's so hard to beat. He's so good. He's just so good. Most fun. I have a lot of fun with almost even with Damon.
Yeah.
When I first started playing Damon, it wasn't a lot of fun for me because I never won.
Yeah.
Number one, and number two, I wanted to prove to him that I was legit and everything. So I was trying really, really hard. Well, the more and more I get to know some of the top seniors like Damon or Pat Sem or Frank Modlin or those guys, they're just great guys.
Yeah.
And you're going to have fun playing against them, whether you win or lose anyway. So we joke around a lot while we're playing now. So it's just fun playing in the senior division also.
I don't think you guys get enough credit because, the junior division gets all the credit for being like, oh, how tough it is gauntlet. But the senior division is no slouch either.
It's no slouch. And I agree with you. There's a little, like, it's more levity to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Way more like fun to watch as a product in live streams as well, in my opinion.
Maybe you appreciate it more, right?
I think
you just like, you realize like, oh, hey, this is pretty cool. We're doing it. When you're like 12 years old,
Yeah,
you're like, I'm the
of
fucking
course
kid.
I can do this.
Yeah.
Cornhole.
Does cornhole ever get aggressive?
Well, one of the things that a lot of these kids just don't understand is when you get to be in the senior division, it is really difficult to play for 12 hours straight in a day. These kids are still playing at 8, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, and they have or not all of them, but a lot of them still have just as much energy as when they woke up in the morning, Whereas you get to be a little bit older after you're on your feet for 7, 8 hours, it starts taking its toll, and that's generally where a lot of us lose it. A lot of us seniors lose it. We can still compete with the younger kids at 11 o'clock in the morning, but by 7 o'clock at night, we're pretty much beat. So the good thing about the senior division is that everybody's old. So you really don't have any excuses. As far
Level
as
playing
goes.
ground there.
Yep.
Everybody's rotator cuffs start
And
to hurt.
just to chime in for Carla, just
start to
last
laugh.
week there was a brawl on a live stream. So yes, cornhole can get aggressive.
Oh,
What started
right.
the brawl?
We'll show you the video. It went viral.
Yeah,
But thanks
it
for
was
following the page.
Yes. So someone was talking crap behind him and he lost and he turned around and chucked the bag at him. And
It was crazy.
jumped
That
on
was
the stands.
crazy.
Kinda
It was
crazy.
nuts. He was our guest last week.
Steve, Tim
Oh.
Rimmer wants to know, do you ever wear sunglasses over your eyes?
I do,
Okay.
Tim. I did see that one.
Fair enough.
Come on right
Arik Mickelson wants to know, what's your most memorable game you've played in and where did Shop Dogs come from?
Hey, the shop dog question is a really cool one because what happened is when I first started playing, there was me and a few of my buddies I have a 30 by 40 shop here at the house, and do a little bit of working, playing with wood. And 3 of my buddies used to come out all the time, and we would play every Friday night. Every Friday night, all night. Sometimes we would get done till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, And it got to the point where me and one of the other guys, we were practicing close to 3 hours and then going and playing tournaments. Well, one of the guys is Dana Zorn. He lives out in South Carolina now, but he said we got to come up with a name for us, So when we go play in tournaments, we have a name. And I think he had originally said something like Garage Dogs or something. And I said, well, this isn't a garage. This is my shop, So then I said, how about Shop Dogs? And his eyes kind of lit up a little bit. So we just started calling ourselves the Shop Dogs. And it took off. And we had about, 10, 15 guys that ordered T-shirts at one time, or people that ordered T-shirts. And it was a pretty cool little group for a while. But just like anything else, it didn't hold. It wasn't a tight enough group where it held together,
Yeah, pour out one for our homies.
and sort of dissipated. So
Yeah, for sure. Pour out one. Mine's empty. So
Yeah, so mine. I was gonna. Thanks, Robbie.
I made you the doubles.
Final listener question. Athena Delgado wants to know how many Steve Schroeders does it equal one Athena?
Oh, here's the story behind that. You guys had Athena on, right?
We did,
We
yes,
did.
we
A
did. We
couple
love
months ago,
Athena.
maybe.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was my question was how many Athenas does it take to equal one Steve Schrader? Because
I remember.
we were at a tournament and there were some heavy tables that needed to be picked up, and I said, I'll get these heavy tables for you. I think I might have called her a little girl or something like that, And she just picked up these tables and she said, I'm 5 of you anyway. She says, so, you can't outwork me. And so I guess it takes 5 Steve Schraders to make one Athena
Wow.
Delgado.
I mean, I believe it. That she's small but mighty.
Yeah.
She's small but mighty. She's like the kind of person, like when you start talking to her, you're like, oh man, like I'm gonna behave. Like I don't know why, but like I'm just gonna behave myself right now.
But the
That
nicest
vibe.
person in the world too. I
Oh,
mean,
she is.
crazy.
She is.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, Carla,
Uh-oh.
would you rather fight a chicken every time you get into a car, or a chimpanzee once a year armed with a sword?
Oh, I'm gonna go with the chicken.
Chicken?
Monkeys freak me out.
Monkeys are strong.
They
Does
are
the monkey
strong.
have
Yeah.
a sword?
That's what I'm confused. Like, does the monkey have a sword, or do
Or
we
do
get a
we have
sword
a
against the
sword?
monkey?
Yeah. Because if
Armed
I get
once
the
a year
sword,
with a
give me
sword.
that fight all day.
Yeah, it's very
Who
confusing.
asked that question?
I did.
Yeah. These are just the random ones we come up with.
Just boot the chicken though.
When you get free time, when your daughter has danced for like 2.5 hours, you just sit in your car and you just type random stuff out. So
Makes you wonder where his mind was while his daughter was dancing.
Weird. I'll have fresh chicken every day.
Chickens
Every
and
time
monkeys.
you go to the car,
That is a good point.
Yeah, if you win every day.
That's
I'll
true.
win.
What if there's one badass rooster?
We said chicken, Sean. Chickens
Yeah,
aren't a rooster.
different.
That's true.
It's true. That is true. Good point.
But I mean,
valid.
Rocky Bambino barely, or Balboa Bambino.
I mean,
Wimpy.
But Rocky Balboa barely caught a chicken.
So
I know it's
why?
confined to a car, but man, you're gonna have like those cuts all on you every day.
That's fine.
Give me one fight with a chimp, as long as I get the
Once a
sword.
year?
If the chimp, yeah,
No.
but if the chimp has the sword and I have to try to take him down, then give me the chicken.
I'd take the chicken.
All right.
So
Robbie.
many chicken nuggets.
Would you rather live in a world where everyone sings instead of speaks, or where everyone communicates through interpretive dance?
Oh, I don't dig on musicals, but I also sing talk a lot.
Like all the time.
An interpretive dance, like, so it's like, would I rather listen to a bad singer or look at a bad dancer?
Yes.
Oh, I might take sing song, but then like if I have to talk to a theater kid, they're gonna try way too. I work at a karaoke bar now, so like I hear
You're gonna be
terrible
like,
singing all the time.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And like I think, you know what? I'll take interpretive dance.
Okay. All right. It's interesting.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I'm good enough at charades to live a life that is told through interpretive dance.
Correct.
So I'm gonna have to go sing all day.
Yeah, correct.
Like,
I'm just trying to think. It's like for what I do for a living, I'm like the people's interpretive dance would be pretty fucked up. I think. So,
Yeah.
like,
That's for working at the bar. People
Oh my
ordering
God.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
was thinking, like, how do you order something at a drive-through with interpretive dance?
That's, all right. Can I change my answer?
no, it's final.
Nope.
It's fine.
It's final. Steve, I actually want to know,
Oh, okay.
what would you do in that situation?
Not interpretive dance, that's for sure.
Fair enough. Steve, would you rather age 1 year every week, or stay the same age forever, but you're never able to move more than a mile away from your home?
Ooh, that's a tough one
That is
because I
tough.
got a fire burning under my ass all the time. I like to move around, so I'd probably
Yeah.
rather age 1 year every day and be able
Okay.
to move.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, Dan, you ready?
No.
Would you rather have edible hair that grows back instantly, or be able to sweat your favorite drink?
Ooh. I'm
That's
a
a good
sweaty
one,
boy,
right?
too. Yeah.
Good one. I like this one.
What are we talking flavor-wise for hair, though?
It could be your whatever.
See, the problem is I'm balding. So, like, my food resources are quickly diminishing.
You can eat your beer though.
But I will forever sweat. So I could eat my beard, and
It
my
doesn't-
stash is strong. So
What's
like
your favorite beverage though that you'd be sweating?
It's true.
that's a tough one.
I mean, you're almost already at
If
Miller
it's like
Lite.
a pop, then you're gonna be sticky all the
It's already
time.
funny on Miller Lights.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
But would you sweat? Because you'd always be hydrated.
And would
What
you
if
get
it's
sick of your
milk?
favorite drink if you were sweating it all the time?
it's true. It's definitely not milk. Yeah. What
Then
would
you-
my favorite beverage be?
milk.
Yeah, give me the edible hair.
What would you
'Cause-
make your hair out of, Robbie?
Oh no! Does that mean that my hair has to be spaghetti hair?
That's what I got.
You almost have to, right?
I got sauce shampoo. What kind of shampoo did you get? Oh, I got Little Italy.
What kind of like spaghetti we talking? Just straight spaghetti?
No,
You
I
want
would.
some like curls to it? You
No,
want a little
I would
bit,
probably
like,
do.
little
I'd probably
bounced?
do fettuccine.
I'll say you gotta do something thicker. You can't do angel hair with that thick shit over there.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I'd probably do fettuccine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
definitely.
No, I mean, if your hair's just edible,
Are we
it
all
just
thinking
tastes
like pasta's the
whatever.
obvious choice? Like, are we not? Are we not
I'm
like?
not doing Twizzlers.
Well, what about like
Screw
nerd rope
that,
or something like
like-
that?
Absolutely. not.
I would
Yeah.
think
I
about
get sick.
summertime. Like, would it melt a little bit?
Can we
Would
do, like,
the bees would be
My
everywhere,
mustache
right?
was made of Fun Dip. Just just lick it, just grow back. I'd be down with that.
I would just want my hair to be like buttery and salty all the time.
buttery and
It's
salty.
basically
Yeah.
what mine is. So.
Awesome.
Yeah. I feel
All
like in
right,
the
Steve.
summertime, I'm
Would you
basted.
rather have to sneeze but never be able to do it, or have an uncontrollable itch that never goes away?
Probably sneeze. An uncontrollable itch is just irritating as hell, isn't
Right,
it?
I agree.
Especially
Yeah.
as like a long haul truck driver.
Yeah.
If you have an itch that you can't scratch like the whole
Of
time,
course, the sneeze is
literally drive you mad.
Yeah.
And sneezing's overrated.
Yeah, but it's,
Like every
a
time I
sneeze
sneeze
that
now,
you
I'm
can't
afraid
get
I'm gonna
is
throw out my
not good.
back. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, if I sneeze too hard, like it could be down for a week. So like I don't need to be sneezing. I can pretend to sneeze all
Where
I
do you
want.
where do you get old, man? Where do you get old?
I'm getting old, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm getting up there fast. In
Cornhole time, he's definitely up there.
oh shit, I'm ancient. All right, Carla. Would you rather have a personal theme song play every time you enter a room, or a laugh track play every time you speak?
Oh no, the theme song for sure.
Theme song,
Yeah.
Robbie. What about you?
I do theme song actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do
That
theme song.
shocks me because you think you're funny.
No. It's because people already laugh at like most things I say. 'Cause I'm just like, hey, I don't need the laugh track.
My
I have
life
that
is the laugh
naturally.
track. Okay.
My life is a joke. So.
I'm constantly in a comedy.
That's true.
All right, Dane. I'm interested to hear on this one.
Okay.
All right. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere but arrive naked, or fly anywhere but at walking speed?
Yeah. Teleport anywhere, arrive naked.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Just constantly have a book bag full of
Yeah.
books.
Guess what?
Right,
I
that's what I
could
was thinking.
I could
Yeah.
teleport anywhere, and I'm gonna arrive in a place that's like secluded, so I can change. Like I'll figure it out.
Or
Aren't you
not.
get annoyed a little bit?
Or not.
Oh.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna teleport to this beach where no one's at. Bing, let's go.
All right, Robbie. Would you rather have a rewind button for your life, or a pause button you can use whenever you want?
Pause button all day.
Pause button?
Pause button all day. Because
He doesn't want to live his awkward teen years at all.
well, no,
He
it's
wants
like
to
well,
avoid
because
those
like
at all costs.
of like a mildly serious answers is like if you go back and if I were to change my life at all the way that it is, I wouldn't be where I'm at now, and my life wouldn't be where
Butterfly
I'm at.
effect.
Exactly, and
Man.
like and
Great movie.
You know,
It really is.
I'm really not going to complain about what my life's like now because
Fair enough.
I'm really happy. The pause button, though, especially like doing what Carl and I do for a living, or what anybody does who like works really long hours and stuff like that. Imagine like waking up and like, oh, I got to be at work in 45 minutes. I'm still so tired. Hit pause, bro.
8 hours.
Get that other 3-hour nap and wake up ready to go
Well, I would put a pause button in the middle of the shift.
all
I'm
day.
like, all right,
Go scream.
why are you thinking so small? Like, oh, pause for a 3-hour nap. No, pause. I'm gonna go to Aruba for a month and then come back.
Right.
Like,
But
let's-
does that stop everything though?
yeah, but because
Yeah.
are we
you
like clock
arrive in a-
stoppers?
you just
though?
find a way to get. Yeah, you find a
Oh
way
my
to
God,
get to
clock
Aruba,
stoppers.
Yeah, are
Aruba,
we-
and just go.
Are we like? But like, does the
I'm
whole world
interested,
pause
Steve.
around?
Where are you at on this one? Because like
To
obviously
figure it
you
out.
said like your life was way different 30 years ago. Are you using a rewind
was-
button or are you going to use a pause button?
Man, I'm thinking about it while you guys are talking, and I don't know. They both they're both good options, you know.
Because like
I don't think
I loved everything, every part of
know-
my life. I would love to go back and do everything all over again. The exact same. That's fine.
Yeah,
Like, I love how everything.
yeah, but you know, I don't know if I
Relive it
change
again. Like,
it. You know,
I had
what you do,
way
what you
too
do is
much
what
fun.
makes you
I had
who you
way
are,
too much
right?
fun.
So,
Say that again, Steve.
yeah, I probably do the pause button because you know what you did before is what makes you who you are now anyway. So why would you want to rewind it and try and do it all over again? I mean, I'd probably go for the pause button too.
Fair
You
enough.
know,
I like that.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
there's an argument you can make for either one.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I like that. All right. Well, Steve, this has been fun, man. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been a long time coming. I've been
Hey.
wanting to have you on for a while, but I wanted to talk to you in person so you weren't completely creeped out when I reached out to you. So,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
oh yeah. So we'll have you hang on with us just for a minute. We'll let the folks go at home. But I hope you have a really nice Christmas. Everyone out there, we'll be back. We won't get to say Merry Christmas before you listen to the episode. So hope everyone has a really happy holiday. Thank you for all the support through all the years. We
Sean,
really
you don't think
appreciate
people
it.
are going to listen to us on Christmas Day?
I wouldn't. So
They're all going to unwrap their gifts and listen to our
Listen, if you
sweet,
do-
sweet voices.
Listen, Dane's idea. He wants to just do jingle bells for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
repeated.
half
I
hour of
promise
sleigh
you,
bells for everybody.
That will not be the case. So we'll have something out on Wednesday. But
We'll put it
just
to a Yule log.
get in the holiday spirit. So
Done.
thank you, Robbie, Carla. Thanks you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Of
you.
Oh yeah, it's always fun.
Merry
So
Christmas, guys.
we'll
Merry
stop it up here
Christmas,
for a little
buddy.
bit. But we'll let the folks go home. All right.
Sure.
So as always, we hope you throw it straight. That's nothing but four baggers from here on out.
Cornhole it.
Later.